Hi, everyone. Welcome to a radio show here at the end of the year as we wind things down that I've been wanting to do for a little bit. And in the past, I've made predictions and I've been pretty terrible at it, candidly. And so perhaps to do better than trying to make predictions that really won't be that interesting or that helpful, wanted to kind of do a recap of just reflections, thoughts, things. And maybe my predictions are bad just because my crystal ball is foggier than most. But perhaps predictions are just really hard. And I think maybe both are true from that standpoint. So I wanted to just kind of do a recap reflection on things I've learned, personal life, professional life, even just doing this podcast. I'm going to try to order these in some kind of method and flow, but they're not necessarily in order of importance, but just going to go with kind of how my mind works and how these things kind of came to me as I started to jot down my thoughts. On the personal front, one thing I've seen a lot lately on social media, and maybe this is just me seeing it, is this idea of DINKS, which is the dual income household without kids. Now, before I get into this, should everyone have kids? No. There's lots of reasons why people, may choose not to have kids. And others, maybe they can't conceive. And so it's a really painful thing that they can't have kids. However, are kids the biggest blessing that God provides us in life? In my opinion, yes. And I think the celebration of DINKS, of kind of the me, the free time, eating and drinking, and just extreme selfishness, to me, is not necessarily a great thing. And it's a little bit tiresome. I think a lot of these people are going to wake up later in life feeling like they missed out and have a lot of regrets. And we'll continue to see that. It's going to be sad to see because they maybe aren't realizing some of the different things that are there. And for me, I look at kids, it's a way to actually enjoy childhood again. And I think that's actually a little bit of the issue with teens, is they want to just kind of not grow up and mature. But honestly, when you have kids, you get to experience the world through the eyes of a child again. I think it's pretty special. I've gotten to trick or treat, get to build Legos. It's super fun, right? Is it stressful? Is my sleep schedule wrecked and ruined at times? Sure. It's massively rewarding, though. My point here is, if you don't want to have kids, that's fine, but don't let someone talk you out of kids if you feel like you might want them. And I think it's really, really important. And I know a lot of veterinary medicine does tilt towards women, right? I mean, that's where vet med is moving. And if you think it's going to stop you from being able to do your career and being a good mom and a good spouse, like, don't let that, be the factor where you're like, oh, I can only do this or that. Don't believe that at all. Sure, you'll have to shift priorities, but that's a feature, not a bug. I am long. So, like, thinking from an investment perspective, I'm long having kids. And I think your heart absolutely grows as you have children, and you have a much different perspective on life as well. So, for those listening with kids, they're going to understand that. For those that aren't, but plan to in the future, it is a great blessing. I've talked about it prior, but on nutrition, I've failed to get the two guests that I really, really wanted to get on the show this year. They continue to get more notoriety, a little bit more famous, and sometimes it's tough to have them join some esoteric small vet med podcast. I'm still going to be trying in 24 to get them, and I've noticed a massive change in my life by following kind of an 80-20 rule, or maybe 90-10 rule on eating. I'm far from perfect, but we cook a lot in my household, and I enjoy that: baking, cooking, making food that it's nutritious and good. I bake sourdough bread. I don't think carbs are bad. I don't let anyone tell you that. Sourdough is just flour, water, and salt. If you are buying store-bought bread, it's going to be processed garbage a lot of times, has oils in it. We're going to touch on that in a second. It's not real bread. It's processed gunk. And unless you're finding like a higher end offering or a local bakery, you're probably not getting, good quality bread. And that's part of the reason why carbs get a nasty name. And you can go find sourdough starter on Facebook Marketplace for $5, for $12 on Amazon. And then having a starter is not hard to continue to keep and make. And you can do lots of different things. You can make pizza crust, you can make bread, you can make cookies, you can make biscuits, you can do all kinds of different things. And you might say, hey, I don't have time for that. Again, going back to priorities, you have the time, it's just not a priority to you. And you can make food that tastes delicious, that is actually good for you, versus buying stuff that's terrible. So I'd highly encourage you to check out that. And when you make your own food, you are getting a lot less processed food, and that's really good. Most of the processed food at a store or most restaurants are going to be laced with seed oils. I know the topic is gaining traction. You might roll your eyes at this. It's absolutely real. Lots of folks are starting to talk about this more. But when I say seed oils, for those that aren't familiar, vegetable oil, canola oil, soybean, sunflower, corn, castor, peanut, and linseed oil, this stuff is basically engine lubricant. If you look at how it's made, it's really gross. It'll make you not want to eat it. It is literally disgusting, and it's an abomination that we allow people to eat it. I would say you should replace it with kind of natural things. So natural oils and fats, opt out, use coconut oil, get it at Walmart, get it at Kroger, get it at Meijer, get it at, whatever store. It's not that expensive to get, tallow, butter, ghee, olive oil. If you can verify it's not cut with other cheaper oils, a lot of it that you see in stores is. So you want to make sure that it's a high quality olive oil if you do go that route. But these are all good things, and you just replace those, and that's a super big benefit. It just makes it better. One thing that I've loved to do is, people talk about, French fries, right? And French fries are horrible for you. They're bad, but just potatoes cooked in tallow, which is beef fat, and salt is not a bad thing. That's actually a great food. Now, if you eat every day, you're going to have problems, sure. But to make it and going along with other food, you can actually eat delicious stuff if you actually prepare it and don't go buy, you know, McDonald's fries that are fried in seed oils, right? So you want to find and make more food. And I would encourage you in 2024 to do that. Also, eating more meat and eggs alongside natural milk. Most would say, hey, isn't that raw milk? And I would say, absolutely, but it's just natural or real milk. People have drank it for millions of years and it's fine, right? The pasteurization process, I know this will get some people up in arms. It does destroy a lot of the natural nutrients that are in milk that make it good for you. Again, plenty of resources I can share with anyone that wants to know. So I'd highly recommend finding a local or regenerative farmer, someone that you can order bulk meat from. It's higher quality. Put it in a deep freeze. It's going to lower also the cost to eating better because, again, food's gone up. It's expensive. It's hard. Plenty of sources that can back up higher consumption of meat with health. Again, happy to share. I'm not saying, again, with all this that I don't have ice cream or holiday treats, but 80% of the time, trying to stick to eating non-processed food that's cooked. There's not ingredient labels on it type of thing. And I think if you have a diet that consists more of meat, dairy, fruit, eggs, and sourdough bread, you'll be a lot better off versus eating a lot of processed stuff. It does take more time, but it is something that your body will know a difference if you make that change. And also long term, your body's going to be much better. If you can improve the health of an animal, you do it, right? Of course. That's what makes veterinarians special. You're mission driven. My friends at LifeLearn are the exact same way. For over 25 years, they've been partnering with you and your peers, providing affordable, customizable, online software solutions. These solutions save time, increase efficiency, and assist in managing all aspects of operations. Why? They want to help you improve your partnership with pet owners to improve pet health. LifeLearn has award-winning digital media solutions and are leading the pack as they've prioritized having extensive veterinary knowledge throughout their teams. That difference is seen, it's heard, and it's read by thousands of people across the country. Relax, grow, and thrive with LifeLearn. Click the link in the show notes for an exclusive offer to see how LifeLearn can allow you to get back to what you do best. Also, another thing, consuming less alcohol. Again, not perfect here. It's not that I've stopped, but finding something else that can be kind of that treat or craving if you have that. Sparkling water, Pellegrino has been kind of my go-to there. It's been helpful. And again, working out 3 to 4 times a week. Try to ride a Peloton once a week. Do other workouts, back, shoulder, legs, arms, chest. Mentally, physically, you'll see a huge difference. It helps when you don't do that stuff. It is going to mentally drain on you. And it's like if you eat better and you're able to work out, again, this is not rocket science. This is not anything new. And you don't have to change everything right at once. It is a process. Do one thing and do it better. But again, focus on these things in 2024. And if you don't compromise on your health today, life on the back end of life, right, is going to be easier. And I continue to hear that from folks that are older, whether it's my parents or others, dealing with health issues, right? And part of it is they haven't maybe done the job that they should with their nutrition or working out. On the professional front. So I'm going to move from the personal front to the professional front. Many of you know, if you are in a situation that is not ideal and it's not the right one, you're never as trapped or stuck as you think. Many of you know I co-owned a financial planning business prior to what I'm doing now. And a business relationship or partner is one where if you know it's not the right one, just like a personal relationship or marriage, you got to move on. I'm fortunate we were able to get that completed and it's behind me. I certainly love the work. And I know I shared that in a podcast specifically, but did not love the internal dynamics and had to put, and again, to put it short, you need alignment of work and focus to make things work within a business if you are sharing responsibilities from an ownership perspective. And if you have something that you've agreed on with your employer, employees, or business partner, and that changes, you have to address it. You have to nip it, or it's really hard to push back later on, months or years later. Trust me, I would know. And since I've joined Swan Bitcoin, as you know, Bitcoin's been a big topic on the show since 2020. I think it's the financial story of the decade. It hasn't changed, even if I have provided bad price predictions in the past. But again, Bitcoin's up 150% this year, so not bad if you've listened. I would tell you 0% exposure going into 2024 is a huge mistake. I can't tell you exactly what the right allocation is, but zero is wrong. That's life advice, not financial advice. So Swan, unlike veterinary hospitals, remote team, so people all over the world, we use Zoom, Slack, and phones are the modes of communication. And also, I've never worked at a company with a stronger culture, even though we only connect once a year in person. And why is that? Why can a remote team have that strong of culture? Because that's really difficult to do. I would say it's mission driven. Every one of the 150 plus on the team, uh, and it's growing, right? They're there with a purpose. They are helping with proliferating Bitcoin adoption, helping get people educated and explaining why Bitcoin matters. And the mission is unifying. People know what they're working towards, and high performers are leaving big name tech companies and selling businesses like yours truly to join the team, become a part of it. And, high performers attract high performers. In Swan, again, it's a startup. It's not paying top dollar today. There are other benefits alongside that, but they're not, out competing based on salary to get this talent. However, talent is concentrating there, and that's a reflective loop where more people want to come. You can do the same thing in a veterinary clinic. Strong culture brings top performers who attract top performers, which equates to growth, and you'll see a financial reward for that. Everyone gets benefits when you have a strong culture. And I've highlighted those kind of people within VetMed that are doing it really well. It's not too late for you to do the same thing. Take the concept and run with it. It is hard to do at scale, but at a single location where you all are able to be together, you give a massive opportunity to do great things in veterinary medicine. Whether you're already an owner or going to be an owner in the future, lean into building a really, really strong culture. While on the Bitcoin front, before I kind of exit that, I strongly encourage you all to take advantage of any time that you have for the next 36 months. Dig in, learn about Bitcoin. Lots of good, positive things that are happening. And the juice is worth the squeeze there. You'll send me thank you letters later, or texts, or emails, or LinkedIn messages. I promise. Please do the work. Get educated on it. I've been a bit disappointed at the reception of the Bitcoin for Vet Med course that I put out there. I had folks ask for it, and I was like, hey, if they're asking, they want it. And there just hasn't been that much of an uptick. That's okay, right? You try things, and I think that's important, right? I've done lots of different things in my life that I've tried, fails, or it doesn't really take off. And you're like, you know what? We're just going to wash our hands of it, move on. So I'll wind that down. You won't hear it on the ad reads. You won't hear different things about it. And between the time and money spent, it's not been anything that's been a net positive that I've seen. And I'd highly recommend Swan's Welcome to Bitcoin for the best 101. Just go to welcome.swanbitcoin.com. It's extremely well done. A lot higher production quality than what I was able to do, and just a great resource for everyone. I still firmly believe that VetMed for owners of today and tomorrow is a wonderful opportunity to make a difference. You can do well personally. You can do well professionally. And I'm working on something that hopefully can announce in 2024 around this a little bit, but just thankful to have found my way into this profession and all the great people within it. On the podcast, I've learned a ton on the podcast. Hopefully you all have too. I've got notes and messages that lots of people have found good nuggets, great guests, people they've connected with outside of the podcast. And that's always super meaningful. But one thing I've learned is asking good questions and being quiet is a superpower. I don't always succeed at this, but the best moments of the podcast are the ones where I can have a great guest, get them in an area of thought, and continue to pull on that thread, asking good questions and letting them explore it without interrupting or stopping them. I think as a veterinarian, you can interact with your team and clients and take this to heart. Sometimes less is more, and pausing makes a huge difference. I've seen friendships blossom because of the podcast. I have text calls and emails from people that are thanking me or have, solved problems or found people that have been able to help them. That's incredible. I love that. That's part of why I do this. And, you hear ads on this podcast. It's not by accident. I'm intentionally going out and asking people and companies that I believe in, that I want to partner with, and I want to support them, right? I want to see them grow, and I want them to spend their hard-earned money to be able to talk to you and be able to share their message and stories. So I get that they can be annoying and you probably skip them. I do that on other podcasts as well. However, working with these people and companies, I've been super impressed outside of one, which is no longer a sponsor, that I didn't want to renew with. I think they're fantastic partners. I'd highly encourage you to, reach out to them when you are looking for those kind of goods or services. And by having this platform, it's been cool to see the opportunities that have come from that and being able to align with others that share the mission of what I think is most important. And lastly, I just want to say thank you. Feedback means a ton. Appreciate you listening. best thing you can do is share this with, friends within vet med and continue to help it grow. I know it's not a podcast that's going to get huge traction, and that's by design. It's supposed to be niche-y. It's supposed to be specific, and it's supposed to be one that provides value to those within vet med. So thank you for all that. Really, really appreciate it. And just let me know if there's anything that sticks out, any content you'd like to see more of, less of, and here's to 2024. Recruiting team members in your veterinary practice has never been this hard. You can either bury your head in the sand and hope it goes away or adapt. Enter Guardian Vets. By leveraging best-in-class technology, you can empower your staff and reduce their workload. Help reduce burnout. You also provide a better experience for your clients and patients, which you want to do as you serve them. The solutions Guardian Vets offers includes after-hours triage, virtual CSRs, that know your team and processes, telemedicine, and so much more. Become the employer of choice in your area by offering the best tools to position your team for success. Whether you're starting a de novo, clinic, multi-doctor, or multi-location, Guardian Vets can help you be more efficient and effective. Go to the website, guardianvets.com, click the Get Started button, then let them know that I sent you, right? Let them know the Vet Success Podcast sent you. Get 50% off your first month. Don't let another quarter or year happen before you start making changes, because you know you need to. So talk to the Guardian Vets team today and implement a new solution. Have you ever walked into a space and thought, wow, this place is beautiful? There's a reason for that. Architecture has this innate ability to impact emotions and perceptions. My friends at Apex Design Build bring beautiful and functional spaces for veterinarians nationwide. Apex is a fourth-generation family-run company that is fully integrated from the design, architecture, and construction process. They help you mitigate risk, eliminate surprises, save time, save money, and reduce your efforts. Sounds great. Check out their amazing work and have access to their square footage calculator to help you plan out your expansion or new build. Click the link in the show notes for the exclusive offer and learn more about Apex Design Build. Why do banks seem to always be impersonal, slow to answer questions, or give you the runaround when you need money for your dreams? Enter Panacea Financial. Panacea Financial is a nationwide digital bank built for doctors by doctors. Whether you're a veterinarian in training, practice owner, or aspire to be a practice owner someday, Panacea Financial is a bank designed specifically for you. It was started by two doctors who were frustrated working with banks and so started their own to serve their community. With common sense lending guidelines and fast decisioning, they've helped doctors all across the country start, grow, or acquire their dream practice. Looking to buy into a practice, Panacea helps doctors with practice buy-in loans, and they are funded in a matter of days. If you're ready to join the thousands of doctors nationwide who have decided to get independence from traditional banks, visit panaceafinancial.com today to see how you can get your dream practice started. Panacea Financial is a division of Primis, member FDIC. Finding a job or finding a veterinarian shouldn't be a waste of time. Enter an Offer First. Paul Diaz and team have created something really special with Offer First. Some of my favorite reasons are as follows. Candidates and employers will both have values aligned on the first step, not the last. The sign-up process, quick and simple, no resume required. So if you're looking for a job but you aren't really sure, it's as easy as scrolling on Zillow for a home. And finally, if you have a great match, it's based on your each unique requirements, not random keywords. If you want to learn more, listen to episode 179 with Paul Diaz. We cover all of that. The other exclusive great thing that you're going to get from this ad read and from Paul is I convinced him to give an exclusive discount to listeners of this podcast. So for owners, you're getting a 20% discount on both the placement of any candidate, but also access to the platform. Use VSP if you go to Offer First, or the easiest way is a link in the show notes. So check it out. Associates, those looking for a job, same thing. Use the link in the show notes. Use VSP if you go directly to Offer First. But I will donate and Paul will donate to a veterinary nonprofit of your choosing. So each person that signs up gets a vote. Your votes actually count, which is incredible. And so I'll be reaching out. I will handle that. But there's going to be a donation made for any associate or any job seeker that adds on the platform. We want to make sure that not only does the platform help to make sure that you find a better fit, better culture, better role, but it's also doing good in veterinary medicine. Okay, so link in the show notes is going to take you to Offer First. It's going to automatically apply that, but also use code VSP if you go to Offer First directly. And Offer First is changing the game of veterinary recruiting. I want each and every one of you to benefit from it, so check them out today. All right, so there are a lot of great job postings that I want to get to. And so we're going to start off with Bayside Hospital for Animals. Great work-life balance in beautiful Fort Walton Beach, Florida. No weekends, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, no on-call or emergencies. It's an appointment only here. Currently a 2.5 doctor practice, new owner in 2021, bringing some fresh life into the hospital. The new owner had been there for 6 years prior working, so definitely understands the team, the processes, and the community. Lots of investment in people and new equipment. ProSal is the pay structure. Far too many benefits for me to list. Email BaysideVet251@Yahoo or call 850-864-1857. Join a thriving, growing small animal practice in Vermont on the Quebec border. Full-time ideal, part-time is considered. The idea is to start with yes with the team, patients and clients, and outdoorsmen or outdoor woman's paradise while being able to practice high-quality medicine. Compensation is write your own structure within production capabilities. Literally, it is the owner wants to find the right person and is happy to negotiate, chat through, and find the right fit. If you want autonomy and a boss that enjoys teaching, reach out to Newport Veterinary Hospital. You can email newportveterinaryhospital@gmail.com. North Central Indiana, looking for an oasis in the chaos. You know, who isn't, right? Come join the amazing team at Fulton County Veterinary Clinic. They strive to foster a fun, fast-paced work environment while providing quality patient care. They utilize the support staff efficiently so that the doctor is available to practice medicine and do what you're trained to do in less time and paperwork, which is great. Lots of investment in new equipment and technology to support you, full-time or part-time available. Small animal and exotics are both seen there, so no ER, no on-call, no weekends, competitive salary with sign-on bonus offered, and far too many benefits to list. Go to Fulton County Veterinary Clinic. So type that in and you'll find the job posting there. Last but not least, join Watertown Animal Hospital. Personable, small animal veterinarian wanted for well-established current 5-doctor mixed animal practice in northern New York, which is an outdoors person's paradise. Again, 2 of those. So if you like the outdoors, you can look at Vermont or New York. They have plenty of support staff with 6 CSRs, 6 licensed technicians, 4 animal caretakers, 2 technical assistants, a hospital assistant, a practice manager, and a bookkeeper. Focuses on mentorship and investment on the people and the technology. That's been a strategic initiative by the leadership team. No on-call, 24-hour ER less than an hour away. Salary based on experience, but no less than $95,000. Can be straight salary, ProSal considered. Want to discuss that with the right person. Tons of benefits. Again, too much to list. Please reach out to WatertownPetCare.com for that option as well. So again, if you find a role or a job or talk to anyone and it helps you in any way, I would love to hear that feedback. So please reach out. Let me know what you're able to do. And I will continue to post these. So if you are an owner, reach out to me, let me know. And we'll go from there. And until I hit a capacity of I can't keep recording these, I want to let people know who are high quality owners around the country looking for great help. So with that, we'll talk soon.
Thanks for listening to today's show. The comments made on today's show should not be taken as investment, tax, or legal advice. All comments are for educational purposes only. You should talk to your professional team before implementing anything. If you want or need financial advice, my day job on Not Podcasting is helping veterinarians grow their net worth. Our team is taking new clients, and we are ready to talk to you at any stage of life. Come as you are. I always say, bring the mess, right? Like if things are unorganized, that's okay. There's no prerequisites to become a client. Isaiah Douglas is a partner at Vincier Wealth Management. Isaiah is a registered investment advisor, registered with the SEC. The biggest compliment you can give me in the podcast is to share it with a friend. Reviews help the show get found, and Apple Podcast is the platform that is predominantly used for people listening to the show. If you have 3 minutes, love the show, head over to Apple Podcasts, give us an honest rating and review. It helps more people find the show. Also, the new YouTube channel is up, and I'd love to have you subscribe. Vainly, I want 100 subscribers at least. Lots more, obviously, right? But I get a vanity URL if we get to 100. That would be great. It makes it easier to find the YouTube channel as well. For all of today's links, information, head over to the veterinariansuccesspodcast.com. There you can subscribe to your favorite podcasting platform. It'll be a link to that YouTube channel I just talked about. You won't miss any other episodes, whether you list on Spotify, whether you have some other ancillary podcast platform. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. It certainly does help. I appreciate it. Finally, if you want more information, insights, want your voice to be heard, want to share ideas for content, say, hey, Isaiah, I want you to have this guest. I want you to talk about this topic. Go over to the Facebook group. So you can search for the Veterinarian Success Podcast. on Facebook, or head over to veterinariansuccesspodcast.com, scroll to the bottom about your host, click on the Facebook icon, and that'll get you in the group. But thank you so much for listening. It means a lot to me to be able to see the podcast grow and continue to impact people. So with that, until next time, we'll chat soon.